scheme, I was just trying to bring to the notice of all the colleagues here that we have also created a workflow so that the access of all these schemes also become very easy. So when it comes to the 5 components under Niryat Protsahan, which you see are written over here, the process is very simple. We go to dgft.gov.in and we file our intent to claim under all these 5 components. And a unique identity number is generated. Once that unique identity number is generated online, then exporter can share that unique identity number with the lending institutions or the factoring service NBFCs. And then when he is claiming his submission, the lending institution will extend the credit or trade finance instrument after due diligence at their level. And the lending institution will submit the claim to the implementing agency, whether it is CGTMSE or whether it is Exim Bank, etc., as per the process notified in the operational guidelines. Similarly, when it comes to Niryat Disha, again we have brought it online, wherein 2 of the components, which is lift and trace, they will follow a process in terms of an intent to claim will be filed on Trade Connect portal by Ministry of Commerce, which is trade.gov.in, before they take any Exim related services, and then they can file their reimbursement claim after export completion. They submit their application, duly tagging the relevant intent to claim, invoice and proof of payment, related supporting documents, as well as self-certification so as to mention that they are not taking or duplicating this benefit in any other Government of India scheme. Similarly, when it comes to 3 other components, flow, insight and market access services, they again can apply to trade.gov.in. Proposal will be forwarded to within the ministry. It will be evaluated by the transparent process of a subcommittee, and that subcommittee will give its recommendation, and based on the recommendation, a steering committee headed by Secretary Commerce will finally take the decision on that. Friends, it has been a slightly longish presentation, but it was long primarily because there are too many agendas we wanted to bring to kind notice. We'll be sharing this presentation with you. I would like to, in the end, request all of you that this is going to be a game-changing moment for the export promotion within this country, because we are talking in terms of an integrated and ecosystem approach. And we have certain specific requests to all the stakeholders who are present here in this meeting today. To our friends from media, I would request kindly ensure that you are able to amplify the awareness on the export promotion mission, highlight not only today but over a period of time how MSMEs are able to take advantage of these schemes, and with which it will actually promote other MSMEs to also start taking advantage, ensure wider visibility, so that typically the grassroots entrepreneur, the grassroots exporter is able to access the services. What is very critical for us is that if we do not take it to the cutting edge level, to the district level, we will not be able to ensure that the right audience, the new exporters, can take advantage of the scheme. Your support can help us build public confidence, shape the export narrative, and as I always mention, the youth of country is looking for opportunities. This export promotion mission, through your support, can be that opportunity for them to make a meaningful approach in terms of government mission to promote exports. Similarly, all the colleagues who have joined here from state, I would request that district action plan, they need to be aligned with export promotion mission. We need your support in terms of coordination with the district export promotion committees, EPCs and other regional authorities who are present here, on how to onboard exporters, strengthen their capacity, and ensure that there is an effective access to one district, one product, as well as the GI tag products, so that India can again capture market in that arena. With respect to lending institutions who are present here, while we have been discussing with you, I would like to specifically submit, please ensure that there is a smooth operationalization of the interventions, effective exporter outreach, timely processing the claim, so that the bigger focus is on the first-time exporters, how do we bring them into structured trade finance and ensure that there is a simplified onboarding. We have our EPCs who are present here today. My submission to you is we request your support in positive outreach, proactive outreach, ensure that effective awareness programs are taken over a period of time with big focus on MSMEs and ensuring that first-time exporters are onboarded into EPCs. There's a very important agenda we have to think. We have to analyze that not only the number of exporters who are provided services today, this number has to increase. Then only we will actually be able to ensure that we are able to capture wider market, take advantage of our FTAs also. Similarly, please align your sectoral strategies with our export mission. Our colleagues from line ministries who are present here, I thank you for your support so far, and I would also request that please ensure that export promotion become a very important component of all the sectoral strategies, and we identify those export-ready clusters which can leverage EPM. And on the Indian missions approach, specific request is that how do we on a continued basis focus on market intelligence, buyer connect, branding initiative, and facilitate overseas engagement so that this synergy between EPCs, exporters, and Indian mission can support, and which again in turn is supported by export promotion mission over a period of time, and we can make that meaningful impact. Colleagues, in the end, I would like to highlight that these 7 components, as well as the earlier 3 components, are being launched on a pilot basis. We'll be strengthening the systems to ensure that the service delivery takes place in a transparent and timely manner. And based on the overall learnings during the pilot program, whether it is process simplification, whether it is digitization of the processes, we will be reviewing all these 10 components after a period of 6 months. And based on your feedback, we would like to revise it. I am specifically highlighting because few of the EPCs have got back to us. They wanted certain lines to be added in certain particular of these components, and we had submitted to them that based on the pilot, based on the need, based on the fiscal prudence, all those components will be considered as per their relevance. Similarly, in the end, I would like to submit to all of you that the bigger focus is on a structural shift in our India's export strategy. We are shifting from fragmented schemes to ecosystem approach. We are shifting from subsidy orientation to capability strengthening. We are talking about limited export base to a broad-based participation. The biggest focus is on our MSMEs and a targeted capability building framework for export promotion. With this, sir, I would like to thank all of the colleagues who are present here for your patient hearing, and we will be looking forward for the guidance from Secretary, sir, as well as the Honorable Minister. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for those detailed insights on the interventions, their importance to enhance our competitiveness, and roles and responsibility of each of us present here to ensure that the objectives of the missions are fulfilled. Now I request Commerce Secretary, sir, to give his remarks.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, Colleague Secretary, ER, Special Secretary, DGFT, all the media, colleagues from media and industry who are present here today. First of all, request everybody who's on the VC can switch on their video. Honorable Minister is here in the meeting. It doesn't look nice that we are all joining with closed videos. So please, whoever is on the VC, they can switch on their videos. Otherwise, it doesn't look like that they are participating virtually. So that's very important that DGFT has made a very detailed presentation on the export promotion mission, the approach towards export promotion mission, and the 10 sub-components, 3 for which we have already released the guidelines, for which already media has been briefed, EPCs have been made aware of those guidelines, and 7 more which is being released by the Honorable Minister today. The approach, the shift in approach from trying to use export promotion mission as a facilitator, trying to use the mission as something which will fill the gap and enable us grow new entrepreneurs, new exporters, and also enable us search for new markets and also position new products for exports in different markets across the world. This has been the guiding principle for export promotion mission, and if you look at the detailed guidelines, you will find the nuancing is focused on. That's why every scheme, every product that we are offering comes with a cap. The idea is it should spread out more. More and more people should benefit. There are incentives for looking at new products. If new products are going to be benefited, we are providing additional incentives. If you are getting into a new geography, we are providing additional incentives and many of those components. The idea is, can we get more exporters? Can the exporter base can grow? Can the products base can grow? And can the market base can grow? That is the idea with which the entire export promotion mission has been planned. Second, in this all the components we have tried to make it data driven in the sense that every benefit under the export promotion mission needs to be tracked and traced. We need to track and trace every benefit in a manner so that we can see whether the benefit is actually helping the exporter grow their exports or not. Because if there is evidence that benefit is actually tangible, it is meaningful, it is meaning value for our exporters, then definitely there is a case to extend it, expand it, grow it. So that is necessary because every time within the government, we try to get more money for our export promotion initiatives. One of the key challenges is how do we link the benefits that we extend to the actual outcomes on the ground. So that's why we have tried to make it data driven, and you will need your support to actually indicate within our system that this help is actually meaningful and it is leading to outcomes. So that is very important. We look forward to your support. 3, I think feedback is very important because it is all technology driven this time. There are a lot of changes in the guidelines. So maybe there will be teething troubles that all of you will face. So I look forward to very clear feedback should come to the DGFT ecosystem so that we can review those guidelines. I will welcome feedback on the process flow and the functionality of our applications and the processes. That's the most important part from me because that is something we'll need to iron it out in next 3 months or so. The second bit is there will be a lot of people who will like level of supports to go up. They will feel the ceilings are not realistic. We look forward to that, but we look forward to that with more justification so that because that is secondary on our list, it is not the primary thing that we like to improve. I'll be very candid and clear here. 3, I think expansion of coverage. That how do we expand this scheme, cover more and more people? You will find most of the components are more focused on SMEs. In some components, we are also supporting the MSMEs, medium industries also. But the idea is expansion of coverage also has to be based on certain evidence because we have tried to limit the coverage in areas where we feel these small initiatives or small support from government can actually meet our larger objective of more exporters, more products and more markets. So that is what we are looking at, but we'll welcome feedback on that also. But this is the order in which we'll try to address the feedback. The first is setting down the whole processes right so that everything that we do is seamless and there are no bottlenecks in the process flow of the thing. Lastly, before I end, I just want to say we have done 4 FTAs are operational, which we have signed after 2021. 5 are which are going to be operational probably this year or early next year. Many of them will be operational this year only. I think each EPC needs to work out a communication package, a communication stack, how FTAs are going to create opportunities for their sector, and that stack has to be something which we need to take down to each and every exporter and each and every member of the supply chain, because every exporter is backed by a multiple manufacturers, producers in the supply chain. We need to reach out to each one of them. So that is something I'll request, and I'll be reaching out to all EPCs to share their communication stacks with me. I know all the details of the 5 FTAs which are under operationalization are not in the public domain. Some of them are, some of them are not. But the earlier 4 FTAs and these also will try to make available as much detail as possible. I want that communication stack to be there with each EPC, and that will be something that I look forward to having a look at it personally, so that we see your communication within your ecosystem is aligned with what we will also be trying to communicate through our field offices and our entire ecosystem through the DGFT and the state governments also. So that is something, because if we don't work on that, all the effort that we put into FTAs, all the market access that we provide and open up our market for imports from outside will come to naught if we are not able to leverage the opportunities that has been created under the FTA. So that is also something that we'll need to do, because that is important, and that is something which will give us more energy and more freedom to do more such negotiations and deals in future also, which are good for our exports. So with these words, I'll end here and look forward to guidance from our Honorable Minister. Secretary ER also? No.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Minister, Commerce Secretary, Special Secretary, DGFT, and all the colleagues and friends from the business community, from exporting community, from state government, from different departments of central government. As my colleague, DGFT and Commerce Secretary have mentioned, the Export Promotion Mission is a reflection of our whole of country approach to boosting our exports, working with the exporting community, seek new markets. And in this effort, in this very important effort, the Ministry of External Affairs and the missions abroad will be working very closely with the Department of Commerce and with all of you, with our chambers, with EPCs, state governments, to make sure that we continue to help you facilitate your entry into new markets and fulfill the vision of our leadership to boost our exports in the coming months. So with these words, I once again thank Honorable Minister for this very, very thoughtful mission, which has very useful intervention and support mechanism for our exporting community. And we look forward to working very closely with the Department of Commerce in fulfilling this mission. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Secretary Commerce, sir. Sir, now we would request Honorable Minister, sir, we would kindly request Honorable Minister, sir, if you can kindly release the e-booklet of all the activities. Thank you, sir. Sir, we have made this e-booklet which will be kept on our website. Which will be kept on our website and will also be widely shared across the country, sir. This indicates, this has all the schemes which are being launched today, sir. And the operational guidelines, the implementing agencies, the details of all the schemes have been brought in here, sir. We really thank Honorable Minister and all the dignitaries present here on the dais for launching this momentum approach towards export promotion mission, which is primarily focused on MSMEs, new products and new markets, sir. May I now kindly request Honorable Minister for his guidance, please.
Secretary Commerce, Shri Rajesh Agarwal ji, Secretary Economic Relations, Shri Sudhakar Dalela ji, Shri Suchindra Mishra, Special Secretary Commerce, Shri Love Agarwal, Director General of Foreign Trade, all the distinguished colleagues from the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of the Department of Promotion of Industry and Industrial Trade, other colleagues from other ministries who have joined us today, friends from particularly the export community and industry associations, distinguished friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today is World Day of Social Justice. And social justice means we need to reach out to the last man at the bottom of the pyramid. We need to engage, we need to give opportunities for the less privileged, marginalized, provide enough for supporting the persons who have been left behind in our rapid growth and transformation. Inclusive growth is something that will lead to social justice. And over the last 4 days, we have truly witnessed India at the forefront of the global effort to leverage technology, to leverage international engagement, build partnerships, generate trust. And I'd like to begin by complimenting Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister, and my colleague, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav ji, for true, and of course our own Minister of State for Commerce, who's also Minister of State for IT, Jitin Prasad, and that's why he couldn't be here, for the phenomenal success of the AI Summit. It has truly brought India to the center stage of an evolved future, not only for India, but for the entire world. This is going to set the base, the platform on which we will see the rapid growth, the inclusive growth of India and all Indians. This will provide opportunity to our young men and women going forward. It's going to open up a flood of opportunities with more and more investments coming into this field, whether it's data centers, whether it's engaging with artificial intelligence, machine learning, quantum computing, whether it's developing our own language models, LLMs, whether it's seeing how we can be at the forefront of applied AI, where we have significant talent and skills and strengths. Clearly, this week has set the stage for a very bright future for India, and coupled with our own effort in the Ministry of Commerce to open the doors for all of you, our industry, our exporters, our farmers, our fishermen, our MSMEs, to larger global markets, particularly in the developed world. Ultimately, if you go to see, 70% of global GDP and 2/3 of global trade is today open to India. In the 9 FTAs that we have finalized, including the first tranche of the BTA with USA, we have got preferential access across sectors, across geographies and continents, in 38 highly developed economies, 37 economies with per capita income ranging from $25,000 or $30,000 to $200,000. Mauritius is the 38th country which has slightly lower per capita GDP, but is not our competitor in any way. It's a financial services and tourism oriented country. Even there, 60% of the people are people from India, largely from Bihar. And you can clearly see the direction in which India is moving forward and the world's own efforts to engage more deeply with India. I dare say, while on the one hand one can say it took 20 years to complete the European Union trade deal. It was originally initiated sometime in 2006, launched in 2007. But the reality is that India could never think big. India never had the courage of conviction that we can engage with the 27-nation bloc of Europe. At that time, UK was also a part of the EU. Or with the EFTA nations, so effectively covering all of Europe. India was very hesitant. India didn't have the confidence. We were only looking at fear and were scared of the developed world. At that point of time, other than Japan and Korea, Singapore and Brunei are very small economies. Previous governments could not engage with the developed world, but landed us up with FTAs with our competitors. it is under Prime Minister Narendra Modi that today India can, with confidence, protect our defensive interests, our sensitive sectors, yet get significant benefits on our offensive sectors, create win-win situations, find solutions to delicate issues that used to hold back FTAs. And ever since 2022, I would think, when we started the new wave of engagement with these countries, India has not looked back. Whether it's our FTAs and trading arrangements, opening our doors wider, both in goods, services, investments, whether it's providing ease of doing business through lower compliance burden, decriminalizing laws, easing processes and procedures, whether it's our effort to work with other nations in technology, looking to attract investments, looking to bring the best of class technologies for our talent, our STEM graduates, our young men and women full of enthusiasm, full of positive energy to engage with the world, as we witnessed in the AI Summit. Whether it's bringing G20 to India, and possibly, if I may dare say with Sudhakarji's permission, the best G20 that has been organized so far, covering nearly 60 cities across the length and breadth of India, including Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh. Every state covered, different cultures, the diversity of India at display for the world to see, showcasing our strengths. We have truly prepared the ground for India's journey in the Amrit Kal towards Viksit Bharat 2047, a prosperous nation when we celebrate 100 years of independence. The benefits of global trade should reach every MSME, every entrepreneur, every startup, big or small. Our effort is that new products go from India to, or new services go across continents. Our effort is that new markets are captured. Our effort is to promote new exporters, encourage our young men and women to look at going across to different countries and making a mark for India, showcasing our strengths. And it is with that larger objective, dovetailed with our efforts to promote investment, to promote tourism, to promote technology coming to India, to promote new age businesses in a bigger way, that trade today is focusing its energies, which you saw in the 10 elements of the export promotion mission. The 3 we have already launched, the 7 launched today. You'll find a directed effort. How can we make life of our MSMEs easier through registrations across the world, through getting the best of testing facilities, both in India, engaging with partners to do MRAs with other countries, sharing risk and enhancing availability of credit, particularly for the micro and small industry, in sufficient measure to be bold, go across to new markets, not necessarily take wrong risks, but business is all about taking some risks. Our effort to take our startups to the rest of the world, our effort to take delegations and exhibitions and warehouses to different geographies. Many of you are aware of Bharat Mart coming up in Dubai. The excitement I am hearing about the businesses wanting to locate there, showcase their wares, market from there to across the GCC, across Africa, across Central Asia, Central Europe, encourages us to think of other geographies. Can we have a warehouse in New Jersey? Can we plan a warehouse in some place in Europe to feed the European Union and EFTA and UK markets? Can we look at a warehouse somewhere in the border of Malaysia and Singapore? They just set up a new SEZ there, where our exporters will get an opportunity to engage with businesses in the ASEAN region, in Singapore, from there to Japan and Australia, Korea, New Zealand. India today goes from a position of strength, and that strength comes from all of you. It is the power of 1.4 billion Indians that encourages us to look at a 25,000 crore rupee export promotion mission. It's the energy that you bring on the table. After all, it's no mean achievement that in the first 14 days of February, we are already at double-digit growth in our merchandise exports. People can clearly see new markets opening up. Many exporters said me, we are not even waiting for the FTA to come into effect or become operational. We started engaging, we started taking delegations. I think Puranji here was telling me that. We are going around to the countries you finalize FTAs with. We'll even take the business and start the business so that we can test market, we can start capturing customers before somebody else in India does. And it is that competitive spirit which will help us really grow big in the world market. The schemes that Mr. Agarwal, DGFT just shared with you have come out of a lot of engagement with stakeholders, where we realize that maybe empty containers being placed at the right location is an important element on export promotion. Giving training to our MSMEs right at the bottom of the pyramid at very remote areas, small companies, to upgrade their technology. How important it is to focus on quality. Prime Minister has been talking about quality in every occasion that he's got, right from 2014. What can we do to take the message of sustainability, of quality, of the new markets that are open, of our competitive edge? After all, with our low per capita cost, we can be most competitive in any market in the world. And when you combine that with the demand of 70% of the world's population, or 65% of the world's population, which is covered under our various FTAs today, just imagine the scale at which we can operate. The sheer skill of our people, and the speed with which our Reform Express powers on under Prime Minister Modi. And some of you may recall that was his mantra right from his Gujarat days. Speed, scale, and skill. And that's exactly what we are offering as a bouquet. Along with minimum government, maximum governance, which is also Prime Minister Modi's mantra. I am very, very confident that with these efforts to promote e-commerce, for example, a market of $250, $300 billion where our presence is barely 1%, where we are really looking at probably engaging 1,000 people. Commerce Secretary and I were discussing yesterday. By announcing it before you, in a way, I'm fortifying myself that it becomes a done deal. I'm looking for 1,000 young men and women. And please share this message. We'll have an open door policy, allow people to come in and get interviewed here. We'll give them a 3-year contract. We'll train them as trainers. And let them go to the 780 districts all over the country and take the message of the world market, take the message of India's growing stature in the world, take the message of what support government gives, not necessarily only Commerce Ministry. We have the Agri Development Fund, which will support you to do post-harvest processing. We have the Matsya Sampada Yojana, which will help you to process seafood. Already our shipping and our fishing ministry has launched 3 days back online issuance licenses for fishing in the EEZ exclusive maritime zone that we have. It's a whole of the government approach. Our trainers will be trained to know what are the opportunities available. How our innovation fund, how RDI or Anusandhan, NRF can help even small companies engage with new research. How our startup fund of funds in DPIIT tranche 2 can help our deep techs, maybe in some remote corner of Kerala, or coming out of Trichy in Tamil Nadu, or Siliguri in West Bengal. Let me add Barabanki in UP, नहीं तो आप बोलोगे election states का ही नाम लिया है. And I am very confident that India's growing engagement with AI, our effort to get the best of technologies and equipment from the world. I mean, just now, a few minutes back, I saw a very ridiculous proposition that the leader of the opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who probably doesn't get an audience anywhere else other than the Twitter X handle, make a comment that India has committed to buy $100 billion every year from the US without a counter commitment from the US. I think he lives in a world very detached from reality. All of you here are exporters. Were you happy with the 50% tariff? Was your business prospering? Were your jobs safe? Was Tirupur able to export apparel? What was happening to your leather industry where lakhs of charmakars and workers are working? What had happened to our marine seafood exports? All labor-intensive sectors were suffering. Now, once that rate comes down to lower than any of our competitors, we are lower than anybody else who's an emerging market or a developing economy. And plus, having safeguarded all the sensitive sectors, it's a great win-win solution for both countries. Will your businesses prosper at the 18% rate we have negotiated? Along with many zeros that will come in gem and diamonds, many zeros that will come in spices. Our farmers, spices, masalas will go to the US at zero duty, as they will go to European Union and many other developed nations. And along with that, does this country not need GPUs? Will we not need technology equipment? Will we not need aircrafts? Unless all of you are very happy that you paid top dollar to take a flight to Delhi for this program. Or all of those who didn't come today possibly didn't come because they didn't get an air ticket. We need airplanes in India. As our steel production doubles, and it's slated to double from 140 million to 300 million in the next 5-6 years, huge investments, almost 10 lakh crores investments, are in the pipeline in the steel industry alone. That steel will need coking coal. You are all businessmen in this room. Is it better to have 2 sources of a product or 6 sources of a product? Where does the competition help? It helps you bring down costs, helps you negotiate better, helps you get a better deal, better quality, better prices, better availability, timely availability. So as we open our doors for products that India needs, and as we buy from trusted partners in the developed world, our own economic growth story will be given a huge spur, a huge thrust. And that is what will keep India the fastest growing large economy. As we have been for the last 4 years, we will continue for the next 25 years to be the fastest growing large economy. Exports will play a very important role in our effort. There are many things that we need to import which support our exports. We have opened the doors for wider competition in products that are needed for our growth imperative, which will help us expand our exports faster, which will help us expand our services exports, equally important for our future, which will help us earn income from tourism with a larger number of connectivity and planes available for the country, which will help us create crores of jobs in different industry segments, service sector, in the tourism industry, in our innovation ecosystem, the R&D ecosystem, which will provide opportunity for our professionals across the world. And keeping this in mind, I think very clearly, India is on the right track. We make sure that our sensitive defensive interests remain protected. All our agricultural produce in India remains protected from the markets where there is any competition. We ensure we open our market for consumer benefit in several areas. I'm sure when we allow high quality pharma products or super expensive, complicated medical devices to come to India at lower or zero duty, we are serving 1.4 billion consumers who are also a stakeholder in the development. I started by mentioning that this is World Day of Social Justice. We have a responsibility cast to 1.4 billion Indians. 140 करोड़ देशवासियों को एक अच्छा भविष्य देना है, उज्जवल भविष्य देना है, उनकी आशा अपेक्षा आकांक्षाओं को पूरा करना है। उसके लिए स्वाभाविक है हमें अवसर देने पड़ेंगे, अवसर नॉट ऑफिसर्स, अपॉर्चुनिटीज। और दोज अपॉर्चुनिटीज, संभावनाएं बहुत बड़ी है अब भारत उन संभावनाओं को पकड़ता है, उसको आपके समक्ष पेश करता है। दुनिया के साथ हमारा रिश्ता दुनिया भर में आप देख सकते हैं, भारत का आज वर्चस्व, भारत की जो साख आज बनी है, भारत के निर्णायक नेतृत्व के प्रति जो विश्वास आज पूरी दुनिया प्रकट करती है, जिस प्रकार से पूरी दुनिया चाहती है भारत के साथ संबंध बढ़ाएं। मुझे लगता है शायद पहली बार होगा कि यूरोपियन यूनियन और भारत के बीच जो फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट फाइनलाइज हुआ है, 27 के 27 देश चाहते हैं कि हम वो जल्दी फाइनलाइज करें। कई तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स और प्रेसिडेंट्स मुझे मिलने आए हैं कल, और मैं सर्जरी के कारण बाहर नहीं जा पा रहा था। तो ये भारत की ताकत, आप सबके 140 करोड़ देशवासियों की ताकत है कि उन्होंने प्रोटोकॉल नहीं देखा, पर ये अप्रिशिएट किया कि मैं मुंबई से आया हूं, सून आफ्टर द सर्जरी दे केम टू मीट मी। और सबका मैसेज ये था, भाई ये एफटीए को जल्दी आगे करिए, इंप्लीमेंट करिए। और मर्कोसुर तो 2019 में फाइनलाइज किया था ईयू ने, अभी तक स्ट्रगल हो रहा है। और हमारे प्रति 27 देश चाहते हैं जल्दी इसको इंप्लीमेंट किया जाए। ये भारत के बढ़ते हुए वर्चस्व की निशानी है। शायद इसी ईर्ष्या के कारण कुछ लोगों को तकलीफ होती है, कुछ लोगों को देखा नहीं जाता है कि भारत दुनिया का डेटा सेंटर का कैपिटल बनने जा रहा है। कुछ लोगों को तकलीफ होती होगी शायद कि कम से कम 20-25 लाख करोड़ की तो कमिटमेंट्स पिछले 4 दिन में आई हैं, अपार्ट फ्रॉम द 7-8 लाख करोड़ की कमिटमेंट्स जो पहले अमेजॉन, गूगल सब ने अनाउंस कर चुके थे। तो लगभग एक प्रकार से $200 billion commitment in the AI summit, another $100 billion before the AI summit, and looking at the huge success of the AI summit, you can jolly well imagine what will come next. And all of this is going to provide opportunities. All of this is going to be a bright future for 140 crore Indians. All of this is going to mean opportunities in the whole ecosystem and export earnings. Our Indian talent being put to high use. India becoming the global center for renewable energy, because these data centers run on renewable energy. India becoming the center of innovation, because we provide innovation at 1/3, 1/4, 1/5 the cost in the developed world. India becoming the provider of talent pool to the rest of the world, because countries are doing a mobility partnership with India. More and more countries want high quality Indian engineers and talent to go and serve them. They want our caregivers, they want our technicians, they want our nurses, they want our doctors. The world is our stage, ladies and gentlemen. Let us not miss the bus. I seek your support, whether it's the export promotion councils, whether it's the industry associations, whether it's our friends from the media. Please do not fall prey to a business as usual condition. Please do not be in the cozy comfort of the past, and certainly don't get carried away by the negativity that some people are all the time propagating. Be positive. Let's power on India's economy on the strength of our international engagements. Let exports be at the forefront of new jobs, new businesses. Let's reach out to the new markets with our fantastic work, our products, our handicrafts, our handlooms, our textiles, our leather goods, our sportswear, so many labor-intensive items. Let's become the service provider to the world. European Union alone imports $2.7 billion of services, $2.7 trillion of services. Can we not aspire to be exporting 300 billion to European Union? Can we not aspire to be exporting 200 billion of services to the developed nations in our neighborhood or to the United States of America? So much and more is possible. So let's take the message of the export promotion mission across the country. Let's embrace cross-border business. Let's invest in quality, scale, talent and skill. Let's get certification and compliances sorted out across the world. Work with the approach of the whole of the government working as partners in the progress and prosperity of India. And let us all collectively make Bharat the world's most trusted, most competitive, and most inclusive nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind message, your directions, your guidance in driving this whole momentum forward, sir. I think you made a very important mention that today is the World's Day for Social Justice, and we believe that launching of these 7 components under your directions today, I think is a very important day for all of us also, sir. आपने संभावनाओं की बात की, सर. संभावना और अपॉर्चुनिटी को कैसे एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करना है, सर. 3 चीज़ें आपने, सर, जब ये मिशन लॉन्च करने के हम डिस्कशन के लिए आपके पास आए थे, आपने कही थी कि हमारा फोकस होना चाहिए कि एमएसएमई एक्सपोर्ट्स को बढ़ावा मिले, नई मार्केट और नए प्रोडक्ट्स को बढ़ावा मिले, सर. तो आई थिंक, सर, ये सारे कंपोनेंट आपकी डायरेक्शन में, सेक्रेटरी सर की गाइडेंस में, आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक यू, सर. वी आर एबल टू लॉन्च देम टुडे, एंड आई ऑल्सो एक्नॉलेज द contribution of all the subcommittees. My colleagues are present here. They have worked in last few months to ensure that those guidelines are prepared. Not only colleagues from Ministry of Commerce, as I mentioned, whole of government approach, Ministry, MSME, DPIT, banking sector, even EPCs who have contributed, sir. We acknowledge their support to us in launching this, sir. 3 चीज़ें जो सर important है, सर, जो आपने पहले भी बोली कि not only we launch it, we deliver on it, sir. तो सर आज जो हमारे स्टेक होल्डर्स जुड़े हुए हैं, चाहे वो हमारे इंडस्ट्रीज़ डिपार्टमेंट के सेक्रेटरीज हैं स्टेट से, हमारे आरएज हैं जो ऑनलाइन जुड़े हुए हैं, और साथ में सर हमारे ईपीसीज कुलीग हैं और जो कोऑर्डिनेटिंग मिनिस्ट्रीज हैं, सर. और इन सब का भी मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा, सर. इनके सपोर्ट से हम ये मिशन आगे लेके जाएंगे, सर. और हाउ डू वी डाइवर्सिफाई न्यू मार्केट, हाउ डू डिलीवर टू द एक्सपेक्टेशन गिवन बाय सेक्रेटरी सर, given by you, sir. We'll all try our best and we will not fail you, sir. We will deliver and get back, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all the colleagues. Sir, we will go ahead accordingly, sir, and with your kind permission, may I kindly also thank again, once again, all those people who have joined us online, and may I invite people who are present here to join us for lunch, sir. And I really thank all of you and also my team who have really worked very hard to make this happen today, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.